Okay. Very good morning, all. Welcome back after a short break. Now we are in day two, session two. The topic that is going to be discussed today is about industrial Internet of Things, instrumentation and control. Before entering into the session, I feel very much privileged to introduce about our today's resource person, Dr. P. Tirshakti Murugan, professor and head in the Department of Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering. I also feel happy to specially mention that I am blessed to be his student in my graduation, and he inspired me to enter into this teaching profession. I always be thankful to him, and now I go into his profile. He obtained his Bachelor of Technology in Electrical and Electronics Department from Pondicherry Engineering College, which is now upgraded as Puducherry Technological University in the year 1998. He is a GATE qualifier of 1998 and completed his Master of Engineering in the Department of Instrumentation from MIT, Anna University. He obtained his doctorate in Control and Instrumentation from Pondicherry University in the year 2008. He started his career as Scientist B in Electronics Radar Development Establishment Section in DRDO in the year 2000. And later, he joined as lecturer in E&I of Pondicherry Engineering College in the year 2001. He has a teaching experience of 21 years in this department and elevated as senior lecturer, assistant professor, associate professor, and professor rankings. And currently, he is the head of Electronics and Instrumentation Department of Puducherry Technological University. He published around 25 international journals and 2 national journals. He presented his papers in 8 national conferences and 31 international conferences. He visited countries like Singapore, Australia, Sri Lanka for presenting papers in IEEE conferences. He is a life member of many professional bodies such as Indian Society for Technical Engineers, Instrument Society of India, Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers. He acted as guide for 2 PhD scholars, and 3 PhD scholars are pursuing research under his guidance. His research areas are control and instrumentation, motor controller design, adaptive control, intelligent control, and industrial automation. He acted as a Board of Studies member of Pondicherry University and Pondicherry Engineering College and developed new curriculum and syllabus for BTech of E&I, Instrumentation and Control, and Biomedical Engineering courses. He also acted as chairman of Board of Studies and developed new curriculum manuals for laboratory courses and BTech E&I department and new curriculum and syllabus for MTech Instrumentation Engineering courses of Pondicherry Technological University. He acted as the principal investigator ACT funded 12 lakhs project named Real-Time Adaptive Controller Implementation for Electric Vehicles for Energy Conservation in the year 2009. Currently, he is the principal investigator of ACT funded MODROP scheme 10 lakh project named Modernization of Transducer and Instrumentation Lab. With this short introduction, I invite Dr. P. Tirshakti Murugan sir for delivering his lecture in today's topic, IIoT, Instrumentation and Control. And I also thank him for accepting our invitation. And now I request him to share his knowledge in this topic. Thank you all. Now I hand over the session to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Sandravani. Thank you very much for your brief introduction about me. I welcome all the participants and the dignitaries to this lecture. Actually, I am not the specialist in IoT, but I know something about industrial process and control. So based on that knowledge, I am going to integrate the operational technology with information technology. Okay, so today's lecture will be like operational technology, the process operation technology with along with the IT, information technology. So that is called IIS. Actually, many people get confused, or even some people do not understand the meaning of Internet of Things. Okay, actually, this IoT is begin in the year 2000. The name of Internet of Things is getting changed till now. Now it is improved as faster and faster, a very steep rate. Okay, so in my knowledge, I consider the IoT is a collection of smart instruments and devices that can transmit and receive the data over the internet. Okay, so smart instruments or devices. Okay, devices. It's a collection of, okay, so some collection of data, or a collection of data through smart instruments and devices that can transmit and receive, okay, over the internet. Okay, this is the meaning for IoT. But we are not going to discuss IoT. So like we know we are having Bluetooth, okay, Bluetooth technology in our mobile phones. So, but this Bluetooth is the technology considered in IoT, whereas Bluetooth, say, okay, this BLE, low energy, okay, Bluetooth low energy, this is considered in IIoT. Okay, this is the basic difference between IoT and IIoT. Okay, so traditionally not designed in terms of industrial. Basically, initially the IoT is not designed basically for industries. This is mainly for some smart home applications, home automations like switching on, switching off of the lights. Okay, so it is mainly developed for small applications like home appliances. Okay, home appliances. Then this also used to implement in CCTVs in our home. That means we can watch our home through our mobile phones. Okay, so in terms of these things are related to IoT. In terms of industrial Internet of Things, it means a network of devices. Okay, some devices, many devices, D1, D2, D3, etc. So DN, D3. Okay? Many devices, network devices that we can take care of from a longer distance. Okay, longer distance. So we can connect these many instruments and we can watch from a longer distances through any devices. Any devices means smart devices, mobile phone or HMI. HMI is a human machine interface. Then smartphones, then PC. So we can monitor from the longer distance. Say this distance may be worldwide. Okay, it can be a longer distance. So with the reduced time, so with the reduced time, then lower the cost, reduce cost, and better the product. So, and the main problem with the industrial IoT is safety. We will see one by one what are the various problems arise during the industrial IoT. Okay, industrial IoT. So the HMI is the major role with the industrial IoT. The main purpose of IoT is from developing the control system from the small scale industry to the large scale industry. From small scale industry to larger scale. Okay, large scale. With the help of smart devices, smart communication, this is the main advantage. Smart communication. Smart communication in the sense we are having a lot of internet technologies, but in industries we have different type of technology. That also we are going to discuss today. Apart from this, presently in process industries, PLC, SCADA, then DCS. Okay, so PA, programmable logic controller, supervisory control and the data acquisition system, distributed or decentralized control system. These plays a vital role today's industries. For all industries, the base node for all the industries is HMI, is in the display side. The HART protocol, HART technology, highly addressable remote transducer technology, this protocol, these two are play a vital role today's process industry. So how the HART and HMI can be converted into wireless, okay, wireless. If it becomes wireless, it can transfer to any distance, even we can monitor our plant from India to India, the plant located in America. Okay, we can watch our control. We can set the parameters of the plant from India to, say, there is a plant in India. Okay, plant India. So we can separate through www. So through that we can set the parameters. This is the control station. Okay, controller station. So the parameters, control parameters, say P, Pi, and D, PID parameters can set through worldwide. Okay, with the help of internet. So this is called industrial internet. Okay, so just imagine we have thousands of sensors and we have to keep track of them by all collecting data. Say thousands of sensors here. Imagine yourself, 1,000 sensors. So how to collect the data of 1,000 sensors located in India from USA? Okay. So how to do that? By collecting data, many data. So note down, to remember the data is a tedious and time-consuming task if you go for wired or through any other mode. So this also depend on the bandwidth of the internet system. Okay. So similarly, assume by tracking and keeping records of all the sensors, which allows to monitor things closely to mitigate the incidents. Okay, incident in the plant to increase the safety. So nowadays the devices are getting smarter, and also increased usage of such device can halt in security as hackers. So nowadays, say, so I think some year back, Iranian hacked the nuclear plant. Okay, nuclear plant. So they destroyed many nuclear plant by hacking the data. Okay, so the hacking the data is also very important role. So the privacy is very important when. So because of the smart developments in the industrial control, this is one simple example, Misho. This is the Modicon M580 Ethernet programmable EPAC. It is called EPAC. Possesses industry-leading processing speed and memory, plus stronger embedded cyber security. The cyber security is very important in the case of industrial process control. So if anyone hacks the data between the controller and the plant, the receiver and the plant, then it is very tedious problem in the case of very severe, that called like a nuclear power plant. It is very dangerous. Okay, it will become a very hazardous hazardous environment. So if this the EPAC is not nothing but its core Ethernet capabilities allow seamless, faster enterprise. Okay, there is a protocol when we go for IIoT. The protocol starts from the MES, the manufacturing section, ERP section. ERP is the topmost, then MES, then controllers, this is the process controllers, then the HMIs are the monitors, finally smart field elements. So there is a hierarchy in the case of digital technology. So ERP is enterprise resource planning. This is the manufacturing section. This is the process control. This is a human machine interface, or sometimes it's also called MMI. So finally field instruments, sensors plus actuators. Okay, sensors are used for sensing the signal. Actuators are to energize the plant. So this is the hierarchy for the digital distributed control system called decentralized control system. So for the hybrid industry, what is meant by hybrid industry? The plant will be analog. All the plant are analog. So plant or process in the universe. Any process you consider, the process and all analog. Whereas we use controllers. Okay. So nowadays we are due to the digitization of the technology, the controller is always digital. Okay. So when we combine a digital controller along with the analog process to control this analog plant by means of a digital controller. So that's why it is called hybrid industry, hybrid control. Okay, it's considered highest performing the PAC. Okay, programmable automation controller. Okay, in the marketplace. This type of EPAC designed as the right controller for industrial IoT, industrial Internet of Things and beyond. Okay, and beyond. So basically, the normal control system nowadays available, say conventional, okay, conventional smart controller, conventional controller. So you see, this is a smart device. So this is also smart device. So these are all sensors. These are all also sensors. Okay. So the smart device, conventional smart device applications. So temperature sensor, smoke sensor. These temperature and smoke sensor are used for fire detection. Fire detection. Smart fire detections. Okay. The optical flow level. These are all for level sensors. Level sensors in the plant. The RFID, radio frequency identifier. Then piezo. The piezo is a force sensor. Okay. Force or pressure. Many types of applications are there. So then infrared sensor, IR sensor. Then weighting and proximity. Proximity is the sensor used for detecting the neighboring object. Okay. So these are all these smart devices are used for industrial applications. Then for commercial, our homemade applications. Say our mobile phone nowadays comes with face recognition. Okay. So you can unlock the screen by means of face front camera. So face recognition. Then also the mobile phone is equipped with the smart device. Consider this the mobile, smart mobile phone. The mobile phone is equipped with a temperature sensor. So then thermometer. It's also have an inbuilt thermometer. Then it is also used to sense ambient light. Then sound, mic is for sound. Fingerprint sensor. Barcode. you can scan the barcode. Then touch sensor, tactile arrays in the front panel of the display, LCD or LED display. Touch sensor is equipped. Then digital campus, accelerometer. So nowadays, you see when our mobile phone is turned, so automatically the screen direction changes, right? So that is because of accelerometer and the digital campus, the accelerometer. Then these are all the commercial smart, conventional commercial devices. See, next is some updated industrial applications, the smart instruments for industrial applications. This is the field IIoT instruments. So field data is sensed by sensors and actuated by actuators. So these located in the RTU. RTU means a remote terminal unit. Remote terminal unit. Then next stage is, this is the stage. Okay. So this we can interpret with this level. See here I said ERP, then MES, then PLC, the process control, HMI, like that. The same thing is final stage is level. This is called level 0, right? So level 0, level 1, level 2, level 3. Similarly here, we can say this is level 0, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Okay. So this is the production control. This is the human machine interface. The end user is MMI or HMI. This is also called HMI. So the process control in this stage, PLC, robot, CNC machine, auto-guided vehicle instruments. So autonomous guided vehicle. This is IT infrastructure. So dedicated shop floor network, whether OPC, okay, OPC is server or DCS. So DCS, distributed control system. The next level is production level control. Production level control with the help of SCADA. SCADA is supervisory control and data acquisition system. So these are all the various levels of field IIoT. So next, the operational technology. Here, this is OT. OT is operational technology. So what are the operational technology in the industrial control system, industrial process instrumentation? You see, plant operation facility comes under OT. Sensors, PLC, programmable logic control, comes under operational technology. Field devices, master slave technology. Field devices, master and slave. Then master and remote terminal unit. So master, field devices. Then edge software, which handles the overall operation of the plant. Then SCADA. SCADA also one of the operational technology in control and instrumentation. Then embedded systems network, which helps to mold the industrial IoTs. Various instruments connected, various sensors and actuators connected, say sensors, this side actuators connected in the microprocessor or microcontroller. So even computer also a processor. So this Pentium computer, Pentium processor is the advanced version of the microprocessor. So the embedded system is nothing but controlling and manipulating the action of field devices with the help of an algorithm. Okay. So any processor, this is a processor along with the interfacing devices. So what are the interfacing devices for a processor in the control system? So this side is ADC, This side is DAC. So ADC and DAC are interfaced with the processor. So together called along with the NDH software. Okay, this is the software. So the software role is to drive the devices. Okay, drive the devices means device drivers, ADC driver and DAC driver along with the processor. So the overall configuration is called a controller. So when we call a controller, digital controller, processor along with the interfacing devices. Here, what are the processor? ADC and DAC are processor. Okay, sorry, ADC and DAC are interfacing devices. Processor may be microcontroller, microprocessor, or PC. Okay, so these things happen here. Okay, this is the data management system. Next is shop floor machineries, monitoring systems. So shop floor machineries, even we can have robo or say shop floor machines, robo manipulator. Okay, so the robo manipulator, this is end effector. You can also monitor with the help of CCTV. CCTV in the industry sector, instead of CCTV, they go for low-cost monitoring devices. What are the low-cost monitoring devices? CCD camera, CCD camera, CID camera, VDCon 2. So these are all industrial machine vision cameras. So those cameras used in the monitoring system. Okay. So what is CCD? Charge coupled devices. CCD camera is nothing but charge coupled devices. What are called CID? Charge injection devices. So then VDCon 2. Then CRT monitors. CRT monitors. These CRT monitors are used in the monitoring purpose. The CCD, CID, VDCon 2. These three are used in the capturing purpose, monitoring purpose. Then human-machine interface. Human-machine interface is nothing but a digital display device where the entire plant operation can be monitored. We can also set the parameter with the help of these specialized buttons, touch buttons available on that. So the plant parameters can be displayed in the display. So this is smart AC remote. You can see we are all very much well versed with the AC remote. There is a display. We can change the parameters. Okay, this is a simple example for human-machine interface. Next is combination of. This is the integration of operation technology with the IT. That's why we are going to discuss here as a industrial IoT. So industrial Internet of Things. So what is it? That is concept behind the operational technology plus IT. So what are the things happening here? OT side. This is IT side. As I explained earlier, production monitoring, human machine interface. So this is the levels. Level 0. This is level 0. Level 1. Level 2. Level 3. Level 4. So 5 level operational technology. So the technology and the hierarchy may change with respect to the process vendor. Okay. So each vendor, each manufacturer has different hierarchy. So it is not common. Okay. Even the industrial IoT is not a universal thing still now, because one component of a IIoT is not matched with other vendor. Okay, that is the problem. So let us discuss in future slides. So here in operational technology, production monitoring, the finally field devices, here sensors and actuators, then sensors with the PLCs, machines, plant, this is the plant floor, SCADA and the embedded systems, then production monitoring and HMI. So in the IT side, how they organize the control system, the operation technology with the IT. Enterprise application. So this application called ERP application. Enterprise, enterprise resource planning. Okay. Then asset management. Asset management. Then what are the various communication technology? What are the various communication technology? Then the network and the cloud infrastructure with the help of security. Security means here when we consider the cloud and web, cyber security is the very important thing. Then communication technology. What are the various communication technology we have to use for our industrial control system? Then machine learning. Actually, the IoT along with machine learning and artificial intelligence together play the vital role in the IIoT. Okay, artificial intelligence with machine learning. Machine learning. Okay, so machine learning algorithm with the artificial intelligence plays a vital role. Similarly, edge computing and the SQL algorithm. So these are all comes under IT sector. So if you want to have a real-time digital transformation of data, this side the role of instrumentation engineer, this side role of IT and the CSE engineers. Okay, so the industrial IoT is to be framed by instrumentation engineer and the IT sector fellows. Next is what are the functions of this is a typical example in the IIoT in oil and the gas industries, oil and refineries and gas industries. First, what are the various hardwares? What are the various hardwares in the oil and gas industry? So this is hardware. Pipelines, sensors, RF radio frequency components, wearables, process control system. Okay, wearable means fixed in the system. So it is invasive. Wearables are invasive. So these are all hardware components. So in the software components, so from the wearables, the data collection, okay, data collection through the sensor, then device integration with the hardware, the real-time analysis for the error correction. Okay, if there is any malfunction that can be detected with the help of real-time analysis. Then how to pass these data collected through hardware and software, how to communicate with the IoT platform, industrial IoT platform. The communication technologies, okay, communication technologies are Wi-Fi, Zigbee. This Wi-Fi and Zigbee for very short range, okay, short range communication. Whereas 4G and LTE, 3G, 4G, LTE and 5G are for long range communication. The standard protocol, internet protocol, IPv6 or IPv4. This version through for mainly for internet, Ethernet gateway. So this is the gateway for Ethernet. So from the field, the data is transferred with the help of Wi-Fi, Zigbee, or this say consider these things done by our mobile phone. Okay, mobile. So from the mobile phone, we can communicate either mobile or PC. Consider a PC. From the PC through IP, the protocol, internet protocol IPv6. Okay, we transfer this data to cloud. Okay, cloud or fog. So nowadays, apart from the cloud, the IIoT, the FDA, fog data analysis. Okay, fog data analytics. This plays a vital role nowadays. So from 2020, the fog data analysis, apart from cloud, fog data algorithm plays a vital role in the storage and transfer of data. So from this data storage, either from cloud or fog data, okay, fog. Even one more data analysis also that is called MIST. You see, everything is a fantasy name. These are all simple meaning with the greater advantage. Cloud, fog, MIST. These are all different algorithms for storing. So in the storage, we can have a SCADA. This SCADA is wireless SCADA. So this SCADA gets data from the field elements through directly to the SCADA. The SCADA also passes to data storage. Okay. From this, the compliance data is passed to IIoT platform. So where the user interface, that is web app and mobile app here. Okay. So this is the functional stages of industrial control with the help of IoT. Okay. IoT, Internet of Things. Understand? So what are the main parameters to be measured in this oil and natural gas industry? So mainly pipelines are here. So here pipeline, the parameters, main parameters measured in the oil and gas industry is pipeline temperature. Okay, pipeline temperature. Then oil and the gas flow. Then pipeline strain. How much strain in the pipeline? So pipeline, yeah, here is that. So the parameters to be measured are pipeline temperature, oil gas flow, then pipeline strain, leakage detection, deformation of the pipeline. Okay. The IoT sensors mounted at the regular interval of the pipe. Say this is the pipeline. Assume the IoT sensors. Okay, IoT sensors are mounted in the regular intervals of time. Okay, assume these are all IoT sensors mounted at the regular interval of time along the pipe. Okay, pipe help to keep track on stress. Okay, these are all for stress or strain or flow. Then compress condition, compress condition or compressor condition. Then temperature level, density. Okay, density. These are all the important parameters to be monitored in the oil and gas pipelines. Okay, that's why we use the pipeline temperature with the help of temperature sensor, flow sensor, the strain, the pipeline strain used to sense stress, leakage detection, compression. Suppose there is a compressed flow, then there will be a leak. Okay, the compressed air tries to escape from the pipe. So it is by means of leakage detection, deformation pipe structure. So if the compression is very high, there will be a bending action in the pipeline. So these are all the various parameters to be monitored in the oil and gas sensors. So that's why this is the function of IIoT in oil and gas sensors. Okay, the flow sensor are also used to sense the velocity. Okay, velocity of the flow. Fiber optic sensors are normally used to find the leakage in the pipelines. Piezoelectric stress sensors used to find the pipeline strain. Okay, then RTD used to sense the temperature of the RTD or thermocouple. Either anything can be used to sense the temperature in the pipeline flow, right? So actually, in the surveillance, we normally use this type of gas industries, the wireless M2M. Do you heard about this? Anyone, can you tell me what is a wireless M2M communication? My dear friends, anybody?
Sir?
Can you tell me what is wireless M2M communication?
Machine-to-machine communication.
Huh?
Machine-to-machine communication.
Very good, very
Yep.
good. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. So, the wireless machine-to-machine communication options will deliver smart surveillance as well as control options to support optimal working accuracy. So, working with the accurate telemetry. Okay, this communication mainly used in the telemetry. Okay, telemetering application and fault tolerance. Fault tolerance interactions. Then this also used a very good control architecture in a protected environment. Let's see the updated. So this is the IoT monitoring of pipeline in oil and gas industry. Okay, the IoT enabled monitoring of pipeline and the gas industries. So this is the past year back. So what happened? Okay, what happened in the pipeline? So how to monitor? So then the history will be stored. So this is the SCADA. SCADA is the tool for logging the data for analysis. Presently, what's happening as well? Why? So past thing is what happened in the plant. Nowadays, what's happening as well as why. So as well as why. Okay. So for that, we use M2M communication and control system here. M2M communication and control system. So the real-time data collection with the help of M2M, then data analytics. This is the very latest topic in the information technology and computer science. So the data science also plays a vital role. Data science. Okay. So this is a very important topic now. So the real-time data collection and the real-time controller. Okay, real-time controller. So these two, the communication M2M and control system plays present industries for industrial IoT. In future, most likely outcome, what will happen in future? That's a prediction analysis, right? Prediction data. So prediction analysis based on the real-time data, also store the data. From the storage, we can do analysis with the help of prediction. The present data we can analyze. Based on the analysis, we can predict the future. Okay, predict the future conditions. So the prediction action based on this, we can have maintenance. Okay, maintenance. That maintenance called predictive maintenance or preventive maintenance. Preventive maintenance. So with this preventive loop, we'll maintain the present condition to avoid the malfunction in the future. If anything fails, if suppose some actuator or sensor is fail. So we can prevent the fail of a sensor or actuators by frequently calibrating. Okay, by frequently calibrating or by doing preventive maintenance of the instruments and controllers. How to do preventive maintenance? Say for example, a bus is there. Say bus, every day the bus is traveling on the roads and carrying the passengers. How to prevent, how to do the maintenance? Every day we have to clean the bus and put the grease and wheels, everything. So these things happen, help us to do. These two are very, very important according to the industries. One is reliability. Other one is availability. Okay, so the reliability and availability plays a vital role. These two very, very important for avoiding failure rate. Okay, so that's why predictive maintenance plays. The predictive maintenance increases availability and reduces failure rate. Decreases failure rate, increases availability rate. Understand? So the collaboration of individuals, manufacturing applications and machine on the shop floor enterprise forms a closed loop environment. Okay, IIoT matches both IIoT here. This IIoT matches both DCS and SCADA by widening the existence capability, like real-time capturing, logging. So, say the IIoT matches, okay, should matches both the DCS and SCADA. How? By widening existing capabilities like real-time capturing, then machine breakdown signal, machine breakdown signals, real-time control, data logging, information evolution, and machine vision. That is visualization. This is also called visualization. So the IIoT brings value to the manufacturing enterprises without being constrained by economics as well as technical limitations. Okay, so this compromise between economics and technical evaluation, okay, technical limitations. Understand? So in an industrial automation, manufacturing uses smart machines, right? Smart machines in factories to carry out the manufacturing process automatically or autonomously. Autonomous automation, okay? Autonomous in automation with the minimal interventions of the operators. Okay? So these are all very, very important points. Why? With the advance of this happens with the advance of microcontroller, the very effective software program, then reliability in manufacturing, the abilities in computer systems, then to enhance, incorporate various parts of production system. So let's see the evolution of the control. Okay, the IIoT evolution. You see. The number of IoT nodes, okay, in early 1990s, personal computing microprocessors. Then during 2000, in the year 2000, wired and wireless communication, wireless technology arises. So here only in 1990s we use microprocessors. Okay, then wireless technology. Then connection of places. So through wire and wireless communication, we can able to connect places. You see, there is a different category: places and people. Now things. That's why Internet of Things, right? You see the places, connection of places with the help of wired and wireless. Say consider a landline. Okay, landline connects between two places, say two places. Then personal infotainment and mobility with the help of mobile phones. So low power apps, microprocessors. Okay, so connection of people with the help of mobile phone, or there are different mobile handsets are available. So this comes in the mobile phone. So then the advanced information connectivity, wireless. In the wireless, there are different devices. So microcontrollers with integrated flash analog, seamless wireless connectivity, sensors, aggregation, and low power. So these things plays vital role in the IIoT. So that is take care of connection of things, machines, people and machine, people plus machines. So things are not only machines. People also comes in the things. So the places and things, people, places, and people connected together plus machines comes in the connection of things. So the low power advanced power management technique, lowest cost. Okay, the BOM optimization, small footprint, latest package technology, security node, etc. So these are all the evolution of Internet of Things. Say, based on industrial evolution, how far the IoT, how far this IoT comes in the industry, how become IoT become IIoT. Okay. So as I informed earlier, the artificial intelligence along with machine learning algorithms together form the industrial IoT or smart industry. Okay, smart industry. So initially, the industry, we can classify the industry into nowadays industry 5.0 also exists in the market. So industry 5.0. So there are four type of industrial revolution. So we can call this industrial revolution. So industrial revolution, industry 1.0. So what is industry 1.0? The industry 1.0 was in around 17th in the year. The industry 1.0 arises in the year between 17th century, okay, and 800. The first industrial revolution took place. So manufacturing was done only machine, okay, machine instead of hand. So only machine. So the machine replaces hand. So kite badale we use machine. So due to the safety and precision was increased, resulting in more efficient production and save time too. Okay, say for example, steel manufacturing. Okay, steel manufacturing and goods packing were started in the revolution. Yeah, this revolution, the industry replaces hand by machine. So steel manufacturing and packaging, goods packaging. Okay, goods packaging. So this happens in the industry one, industrial revolution 1.0. Then industrial revolution 2.0. During this revolution, this actually evolves in the year 90s, okay, 19th century. This industry called technology revolution. So this had allowed the things or machines of the first revolution to greatly improve. So these manufacturing machines are somewhat improved. Sort of manufacturing oil, rubber, and the chemical takes place in the manufacturing stage. So in the manufacturing stage, manufacturing of manufacturing of oil. Okay, so during this industry 2.0, manufacturing of oil, then rubber, chemicals, so etc. So takes place in the second revolution. This is expanded to the industrial world. Thus, industry 2.0 is expanded to the industrial world. So the next industry 3.0 is nothing but a digital revolution. So this is called digital revolution. Okay. So during the digital revolution, this happened in 1950s. So this is 1950s. So which had converted all the mechanical and analog technology into digital. Okay. So this convert the industry 3.0 in 3.0, all the mechanical and analog technology, machine plus analog control, analog technology converted into digital one. Okay. For example, from television, say consider a television, TV, radio, internet, computer, to the telephone. Okay, to the telephone. All start in this third revolution. Everything starts in the industry 3.0. This is digital revolution. Okay, so it changes whole life of ours. Okay, with the advent of GPS, also took place in this revolution. So then transportation, buses, vehicles, everything is moved. Okay, so car, bus, trucks, everything gets changed very much in this evolution. Okay, so everything gets improved for our lives with the help of these things more quickly. Okay, this happened in the digital evolution. The industry 4.0, here only we comes to industry 4.0. This only IoTs. Okay, so in the industry 4.0 is a IoT period, Internet of Things. Okay, Internet of Things, machine control with the digital evolution, everything stored in the cloud. Okay, cloud. So here, introduction of artificial intelligence. Here, introduction of artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data analysis, collection of big data analytics, nanotechnology, quantum computing, okay, 3D printing, plotting, 3D not only printing, 3D plotting, smart devices have further changed our life. Smart devices. So everything comes during for industry 4.0. Mostly every industry runs on this. Okay, all machines and devices can control using computer. Okay, and even it logs the data. Then during this revolution only, the runtime is increasing. Then increasing downtime. Okay, downtime decreases. So what is the runtime? Runtime is nothing but MTBF. Downtime is nothing but MTTR. Okay, mean time between failure. Say if you purchase a mobile phone, the mobile phone gets failed. Suppose if we purchase the mobile phone 3 years back. So this is all very old story. Nowadays, people used to purchase mobile phone every 1 year, every per year. Okay? Every 1 year or 6 months, once the configuration of mobile phone is changing, okay, fastly changing. So suppose I consider a mobile phone, not forget about mobile phone. See any other instrument. Say I purchased a PC. That I purchased PC 10 years back, or 5 years back. That also wrong. Or any instrument you consider a PC purchased 5 years back. The PC failed to operate. So PC failed to operate after 5 years. Say 5 days back. 5 days back, the PC is failed. So it is not able to operate. So I took one day to repair the PC. So from this 5 years, okay, 5 years means 5 into 365 days. So this is called mean time between failure. Then 5 days back it was failed. So one day it took, one day is MTTR, 1 day. So that is called downtime, runtime. Runtime or uptime is also called uptime. So the uptime is 5 into 365. Downtime is 1 day. So what is availability of the PC? My availability of the PC equal to, you can calculate yourself, MTBF divided by MTBF plus MTTR. So this into 100%. So the ideal availability is to be 100%. It never fails. So now, because of the Industry 4.0 evolution, all the equipments, instruments, controllers in the industry, everything's become more available, 100% availability. That means it increases the uptime, it decreases the downtime. So you see here this formula, the MTTR should be 0. If it is 0, MTBF divided by MTBF 1 into 100, 100% available. Okay, these things happen in this 4.0 duration. You can also, one more thing, we can control the entire city. Okay, nowadays we can control the entire city by collecting the data of citizen data. Okay, citizen, automobiles, then transport, aviation, and dust. So these things, the aviation and dust, normally dust, these things monitored by weather station. So the entire city, nowadays in India, the smart cities are creating smart cities. Okay, in the smart cities, there are many applications in the smart cities. Smart car parking. Okay, so there are different algorithms also available for smart car parking. Then transport. I will show that some few slides in that. So in the industry, the 4.0 digital transformation to the 4th industrial revolution. Okay, so the artificial intelligence and the machine learning produces more widely in industry 4.0. So artificial intelligence and machine learning applications are emerging in health, education, defense, security, and industry. Right. So you see, these things, the industrial IoT already explained in this way. These are all field instruments. Okay, So this is edge, okay, edge. Here edge technology. This is cloud with the artificial intelligence here. So this is the end user, okay, end user. You see, so the artificial intelligence. See here the connection between the instruments. This is a robo, okay, robo. This is wall. This is motor. This is edge. You see the connection between the motor, robo, and wall. Everything become digitized during 4.0 revolution through the edge. This is in cloud. Everything stored in digital zeros and ones. So then finally it goes to the end user. You see the lines. So the everything is digitized. Okay, everything is digitized. The connection between this through edge, it is passes to the cloud, as well as we can store in the storage device, a PC. This with the help of artificial intelligence. You see, the IoT means basically started for home automations. Okay, so we can automate, say, you can lighting, the fan. We can control all the home appliances with the help of IoT. So this is the difference between IoT and IIoT. So this is IIoT. IIoT. So the line 1 in the industrial environment is monitored through line 1. See another line area. This is another level. Line 1 is the end user. This is the end user, the field station. This is the area and the site. These are all the hierarchy overview of the industrial control system. You see, this is the standard. ISA 95 is the specific standard for industrial IoT. So this ISA 95 for industrial IoT. Okay. So the see what is ISA 95 says here? See here. So the field instruments are activated. These are all activated through digital technology. So in the ISA 95, the entire plant, the entire manufacturing control system is developed with the help of a protocol. Let's see what is the ISA 95 hierarchical protocol model for the industrial control system. Okay. In IoT control system, industrial IoT control system, right? So the ISA 95 hierarchy, this is the enterprise, this is ERP, say ERP, the site is say MES, then area. You see these units all comes in the unit level. Unit. This is the area, site. You see, let's back here. This is a line, area, and site. Okay, this is the difference. This is a unit or line. Okay, production line, production unit, process cell. This is the unit line. So this is area. This is site. So each area, each site, each line are monitored. Okay, with the help of this ISA 95 hierarchy. We have to, the industry should follow ISA 95. So here the level 0 to level 5 is the hierarchical level of the ISA 95. So this is ISA 95 protocol. Okay, protocol. So in the level 0, sensors, drives, actuators, robots. Okay, then with the help of a time frames, whether minutes, seconds, or milliseconds. So this comes in the process level. Then basic control level 1, batch control, discrete control, then drive control, continuous process control, safety control, PLC, computer, PLC, program logic control, computer numerical machines. Okay, then this also with the help of time frame and minutes, seconds, milliseconds. Then level 2, DCS server and clients. Okay, what are the DCS server clients are SCADA, HMI, and OPC server. Then this also comes with the help of time frame, hour, minutes, seconds, milliseconds. This is comes under area supervisory control. Then level 3, MOM, then machine operator maintenance and machine enterprise source. Then the wired machines, this WMS is wireless, okay, wireless machine service. Then LMS, then QMS, CMMS. So this is level site manufacturing operation and control. This is called MES. Okay, MES stage. So the PLM, ERP, CRM, HRM, PDS, OMS. So this comes under site business. Okay, the business planning and logistics. This is the level 4. The level 5 is enterprise network routing access protocol. This is enterprise integration. This is called ERP. Okay. So these are all ISA 95 protocol. Let's see the protocol hierarchy here. The level 0, we have seen here level 0. Level 0 is the level 0 production. Okay, the production process, sensors, actuators, robots, drives. The IIoT devices are connected through sensors. So the sensors, these sensors, actuators, robots, everything should be smart so that it can directly connect to the IoT devices. Then production data. From the production data, this is the level 1, the basic control, PLC, CNC, HMI. So HMI, human machine interface. Then robo controllers. So everything in the level 1. Then data gateway. So data gateway. Through the gateway, the IoT devices connected. Then edge device, edge computing, edge detection also possible with this. So this is the central controller. Okay, central controller or supervisory controller. So where the control panels are available here. Then through the panels, they are watching the entire plant. All production data are necessary for higher level processing. Then level 3 is manufacturing operators and control. So product tracking and okay, product tracking and genealogy. Then historian, the data collection center here, history, okay, history of data. Then unit dispatching, then quality management, the resource allocation, then performance analysis, process management. This comes in the level 3. Then also in the level 3, the LMS, then CMMS, WMS, this everything together called PIMS. Okay, PIMS, Plant Information Management System. Plant Information Management System. Only necessary product data for site and enterprise level applications. So here engineers are monitoring the edge applications also available in this stage. That is in this stage level 4. The level 4, the business plant level. So the edge and site data detection here. Top floor uses only necessary data for enterprise level applications. So this is passed to enterprise data warehouse, then enterprise users, enterprise services, R&D and everything. The level 0s finally WW and cloud finally passed to the cloud-based enterprise services. So cloud data analytics, then business intelligence, machine learning, artificial and everything. So these things comes under ISA 95 protocol, right? So in the necessity for IIoT technologies are the artificial intelligence, cyber security, then cloud computing, edge computing, data mining. Okay, so these technologies are mainly comes under IT sector. Okay, so these are not related to instrumentation, but anyway, if you want to become a good future instrumentation engineer, we should know the IoT, because future instrumentation is full of IoT. Okay, so future instrumentation is full of IoT. Let's see the artificial intelligence along with the machine learning is necessary for good instrumentation engineer. Okay, so this is a cyber security. The cyber security is very important in the industrial floor. You see, when we are passing data from the actuators, say this is a smart transmitter, flow transmitter. This is smart actuator. So robo is also smart in operation. So while we passing the data to the cloud or end user, you see here the data is blocked. Okay, so hacked by some fellows, the third person. Actually, this data should be controlled by the authorized personnel only. Okay, so this hacking done by some third party. Okay, so the cyber security in the industrial process control system is very, very, very important in the view of cyber to have a secure operation. You see, this is a cloud computing. So the cloud computing is also very important. You see, this is edge. From edge computing, when the between cloud, this is a cloud. So cloud and edge, there is a hacking. So it is also possible to hack the data before loading to the cloud. Okay, so that also very important point. So this is edge computing. So the edge computing data also hacked here. So edge computing also very, very important. So you see, finally you see the edge computing. What are the things happen in the edge computing? Very different artificial intelligence methods, management, reconfiguration, control, data analytics. So everything comes in the edge computing. So edge computing is with the help of say camera. Through camera we can watch robots. This camera particularly for this robo called a machine vision. So with the help of machine vision, robo can operate in the industrial environment. So there are different applications of machine vision. That is a different topic. I'm not going to discuss briefly. So this various communication technology. Okay, wireless LAN, 4G, 5G. This is an autonomous vehicle. Okay, so AGV. So AGV are used here. Then IoT devices, smart tools. So everything comes in the edge computing technology. Okay, the edge computing technology can support IoT with limited capabilities. Suppose with regard the edge computing technology, battery, it can have the limited capabilities. Say for example, battery, CPU, and the GPU. Okay, okay, general purpose unit, CPU and the general purpose unit. So the high complexity robotic applications and the AGV, okay, real-time interactive multi-user co-working, mobile production cells, sensors and actuators connected over wireless communication technology. Okay, so these things connected over wireless technology. Then augmented reality, AR, augmented reality, and the virtual reality are a few examples for edge computing support, edge computing technique support. Okay, the requirements of this edge computing including availability, ultra high availability, percentage availability, then reliability. So this plays a very vital role in this. Then predictability, then very low latency. Okay, very low latency. Latency means like error. Okay, latency. Then real-time behavior of system components. These are all comes under edge computing. Let's see the operation of the edge computing. So these things, this plays a vital role in the edge computing in the cloud computing stage. So the higher reliability, predictability, very low, ultra high availability. So everything comes in the edge computing technology. So which is that edge computing algorithm is implemented in the cloud computing technique. So this is the difference between actual process and the digital twin. So digital twin is the latest technology for IIoT. This is the actual process what we seen so far. This is the modified digital twin technology. What is digital twin technology? See here, this any variation in the parameter, the digital twin. Okay, so this is the technology developments that will shape tomorrow's industrial environments. So this is for mainly for production monitoring. Okay, production monitoring. Also to enhance predictability. Then it will this technology detects the malfunctions. So in the events of malfunctions, it detects. Okay, so malfunction, any mistakes in the operation, then bottleneck in the production line. Okay, so these are this production line management, PLM, production line management is very important. So this is very time consuming and challenging in terms of manufacturing and sustainability and efficiency. Okay, so this is the collaboration of factory environment and the digital twin. So digital, this is the factory environment. Then this is the digital environment. So this is the digital twin. So integration of this environment plus digital twin role, very good role in the industrial control system with the help of industrial IoT. So real commands are passed from digital twin to factory environment. Similarly, digital real data can be obtained from the factory. This is the merging of these two technologies. Okay, merging of these two technologies. So industrial IoT is a person sitting between sitting on the wall between other side and this side. Okay, so he is the fellow who is sitting on the center of the wall. So he is common to both sides. Understand? So this is the various levels. I have already mentioned that. So level 0, this is level 0, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Okay. So along with this, machine learning and data science, real-time analysis. So these together form IIoT in instrumentation and control, or simply called IIoT automation, industrial automation. Okay, understand? This is called industrial automation. Some of the applications, see, manufacturing, IIoT used in automation, industrial automation. So automation in manufacturing with the help of robots. Just 1 minute, sir. Industrial IoT is very much useful in mining, oil and gas, then pharmaceutical industries, then agricultural industries. So why? Because of to improve the process performance and reduce the downtime. Okay. So with this, I would like to thank you all the participants and the organizers to give me the chance. If you want, if you have any questions, please ask me.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
It was a very informative session on industrial IoT. It is how IoT is connected and applied in instrumentation core industries like oil and gas industries, automation, human and machine interface machines, the real-time problems and error rectification in industries, evolution of IoT in automation, ISA architecture, edge computing, and its technologies, digital twins. I think you have covered from the starting to till the latest technology, digital twins in instrumentation. Thank you, sir. It was a very informative session.
Thank you very much.